Good morning, everyone. It's Kathy Schmitt, the Backyard Stamper. Today, I'm going to do some scrapbooking from scratch. If you're new to my channel, you can sign up for my newsletter by using this QR code. If you have any questions today, email me at kathy@backyardstamper.com. And if you like any of the products that I'm showing you and would like to order, my Stampin' Up store is kathyschmitt.stampinup.net. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Loudon, New Hampshire. So each week I come to you with some scrapbooking, and on Thursday nights I do card making. So I also have in-person events as well as online events. So I was looking through my photos today and I found these photos here, and I wanted to scrap them. These are from last November when we went to visit my daughter. We went on a train ride to see, it's called the Downeast Scenic Railroad. And I got this little souvenir too that helps them fund their railroad. So I've got these pictures. I wanted to scrap them, and I am using, I pulled out my colors already. I'm going to use Old Olive and Pecan Pie, and I also have a couple of other things that I found in my stash that would look perfect with this. So let me show you what I have planned. I'm going to do my base in Old Olive. First of all, I got to move my photos so we can. Normally I use kits to scrapbook, so that's why I said scrapbooking from scratch, is because I need to do it. And I'm scared. All right, my trimmer can go right here. So this is my 2-page layout. I always do 2-page layouts. If I don't have a second page, then I make like a designer series paper page to capture so that when you open my album, it's always a 2-page spread. Okay, so that's going to be my base. And then from my stash, I found this was a scrapbooking kit called, oh no, I'm sorry, this was designer paper, Sweet Days of Autumn. So I have a bunch of that left over, and I thought, wow, this will be great. The colors match, everything's matching. So, and I also have this piece. So that's what I wanted to do today. So let me arrange. These are going to be photo mounts. These can go up here. And I wanted to see what I've got. I've got a nice little strip there. And I've got 2 more that I could make a false strip with. And then I have something like that. And I have this page here. So it's coming together already. All right, so let's see here. If I want to do something like this, I want to bring in colors from both sides. And so I could do something like this and have it tuck under and give the illusion that it's a continuation there. So I like that idea. And then this one, I might just put down next to it. Or I have another sort of bigger piece. I don't know if that goes that way or this way. I'm going to leave it vertical. So I'll put this one vertical. Okay. So what I might do is swap sides, because I made this title Crisp Autumn Days. So we could have something like that. That piece might be a little big for it. So if we do something like that. Oh, that's... I'm going to stick with what I had. Crisp Autumn Days. We'll do something like that. Here's my strip. And I'm going to go ahead and start adhering, because I will not get through it if I don't start sticking things down. So tell me in the comments, do you scrap from scratch primarily, or do you use kits primarily, or do you use a mixture of both? And so you will see in a little bit that I use a mixture of both, but this is really my first layout that I'm going to say is from scratch. Like I'm not looking at a pattern to follow. I'm just coming up with it on my own. And so that's close enough. And that will cover. So see how I made it look like, oops, it'd be nice if I'm in the camera. See how I made it look like it's continuous? Let me pull this up a smidge. There. All right. And I have this little guy, one and done, but we'll see if we're going to use that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And I'm going to just put it like so. That looks straight. And I'm going to put this one up in the corner. And this will kind of give me my area to do my photos. Crisp Autumn Days. That came from a stamp set that I bought a couple years ago, and my daughter got married in September, so I wanted to use this September to remember. But I've used Crisp Autumn Days for all sorts of things, and they're big stamps, much bigger than the cover. So I stamped that, and I also stamped some of the leaves, and I already fussy cut them. Let me just get my glue dots. Okay, so let's bring in my photos again, and we'll see what we are doing. So I wanted this side for the people pictures. So if I have them go off a little bit, they will work fine. Something like that. And then I have my ticket stub too. And I was thinking I would use this piece to just put in there because it's fun. We'll put it down in the corner there, and I'll do something like that. I could do the big train to use up some of that page space. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of the leaves I cut, and I'm going to kind of put them here. I've got a journaling box. And you know what I might want to do? I think I want to turn my page around so that my pictures are up on the top instead of the bottom. So let me, and you know what? I'm okay with them not matching up. Well, let's see. Let's see what it looks like if I turn this one. Okay, so I have that. Then I have that. And then I have these. Okay, I like that. And I'm going to do some stuff down here because this is looking a little bit plain. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in this fun paper. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so let's bring in the fun paper and we will add some to the bottom. So I'm going to do a 1.5 inch strip and another 1.5 inch. Actually, I'm going to do a 3-inch strip on this side. And that'll give us some color on the page. If I push that up. No, I need some color down here, so I'm going to do it down here. And I'm also going to put this strip here. So the bottom of this page is going to look a little different than the other side. And that's okay. Hey, Debbie, thanks for coming on today. So if you're having trouble getting the tape runner to start, if you use your glue mat and start off and come on, it starts right away. So that's a little tip. It's a beautiful day here in New Hampshire. It's going to be a hot, hot week. So Marty and I are going to go mow grass as soon as I'm done. Mow at my parents' house so that we can jump in the pool after. All right, I love that. So we can do the rest of those on here too, but I don't know if we need to. All right, I'm going to leave this side off for the moment because I like my photos here. Okay, so now we've got some fun stuff going on. Where'd my big train go? Here it is. There. Now I can photo mount them if I want to. I've got some already ready to go. So I'm gonna trim my train down just a smidge. I don't always photo mount, but I am going to do it today. I'm gonna cut a little bit of the sky off and a little bit of the track. There we go. My husband is power washing outside, so hopefully I told him I told him not to do the front by my window. We'll see if he listened. Okay, so that's ready to go on. And that's gonna go there. My train, I'm going to put this on with, I think I'm going to use liquid glue because that's a pretty hefty doodad. It's supposed to be an ornament. They sell them for $5 and then it's a donation basically to the upkeep of the railroad. And it's funny because we live in New Hampshire, so we see the scenery all the time. It was more about visiting with my daughter. And then I've got this one. Let me trim that down. This was the only part I hadn't done ahead, was the trimming for my photos, because I honestly wasn't sure if I was gonna have photo mounts. Okay, we'll do that. And then I'll trim that off. Okay, and this one here would fit barely. Oh, I'm not using that one. Okay, what do I need to do to make this one fit? Just a smidge off. Let's see if I can do it. Just a little bit more. I'll take a smidge from both sides. So there's that. So when I am doing something that I think I might scrapbook, I tend to take a picture of where I'm at because that gives me an instant title. Okay, so those are done. I don't think I'm going to photo mount everything though. Let's see. Just a couple of them. Okay. Something is not straight. Oh, it's this piece. That piece is quite crooked. There we go. Straightened it right up. All right, so I'm going to do that one right there. Okay, and then I think I'm going to put this on another, let's see what I've got here. Maybe like that. Okay. Just to give it a little something something. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right, so this side of the page is done. I'm going to move this up a smidge. There we go. So that this one's not quite on top of that train, and I want it not as angled. Okay, so that's good. Now I have a little journaling box that I can journal. We'll see if I do it on this side. Let's see what these look like. This is from 2025. My daughter Amy, right here, and my husband Marty both have birthdays in November. She's November 3rd, he's November 1st. So we typically get together. She lives in Maine and we live in New Hampshire. So we typically get together around their birthday. So this is November. And let's see here. That would have worked, but it does not. So, I don't really think I need to photo mount those. So I'm just going to go with that. And then I've got room for the journaling box. And I also have room for my leaves that I fussy cut. And I also found some cool stickers from one of my other kits that I was using. Oh, you know what? I gotta do it. I gotta do it kind of the same. Okay. So let's see here. This one's gonna go. Try to get it straight. Okay, and then this one's gonna go. You know what? It's okay. We'll do it like that so that the pictures kind of line up a little bit. Okay, that looks straight. This one here looks crooked to me. Nope, I think it's good. I think maybe it's good. All right, so here's my journaling box. That's going to go down here. And let me get my pen And I'm going to say, I don't say much when I journal, but a birthday visit to Amy. This is Ellsworth. We took a scenic ride on the Downeast Scenic Railroad. This is November 2025. And that is that. Okay, so I'm going to put it like that. Now I've got my little leaves, so I'm going to decorate with some leaves. Something like that. And I'm going to put these on with, I'll do tape on this one, and then I'll use the glue dots on the smaller ones. Something like that. And I might do another maple leaf under there. There we go. I like that. Move this guy here too. Okay, so I've got a little cluster of leaves. And I think I'm going to put it over here because why crowd right there? And then I tied some bow ties ahead of time. So I've got that. And I'm going to put that on with a glue dot or two. These are double bows. I used linen thread that is old olive and natural. Okay, and then I don't know, what do you think about using this one guy? It's perfect with the binoculars. I kind of want to do it. But would that look funny if I don't have anything else with the raccoon? Or the skunk, I mean. All right, and I'm going to put some leaves up here. I'm just going to put these on randomly. I thought I had one more maple leaf. Oh yeah, I do, because I can put some over there. So we'll put a little bit of these. Oh, good, Deb, thanks. Debbie says go for it. So you know what? I will just do that. All right, so there's some leaves on that page. And then this page is going to have a cluster like so. Let me put a yellow leaf in there. Add some color. Kind of like that. And I am going to put that down here with my bow. So when I was trying to decide what to scrap this morning, I knew I didn't want to use a kit. So I just opened my cabinet. Actually, I had some photos that I've put in my little photo boxes to for the next time I'm looking for something to scrapbook. And I had these train pictures, and I really wanted to do them because I was afraid I was going to lose my ticket. Oh, that looks so cute. Okay, and then let's see here. We'll just do a couple glue dots just to make sure that it's going to stay on the page. I caught my loop on that. So we'll do it like so. Isn't that cute? And then we'll use this guy too. I love it. And there is my page 2025. I got one random leaf here. We'll stick that over. We'll stick it. We will stick it somewhere. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. So that is that. And then I also had some embellishments that would be really nice, but I don't think I need them. I was worried I would need them to help fill the page. But I'm going to call this 2-page spread done. What do you think? I love it. Okay, so let's see what the other page is that I wanted to do. Let me get all my goodies out of the way. So I had a whole bunch of flat dots with the colors. Well, these aren't flat, but they're the right color. All right, and let me move I didn't even use my leaf paper. Jeez. Oh well, next time. We live in New Hampshire, so you know I will have some fall photos. Oh, I wanted to use this too. Adventure. That was a sticker from the outdoor exploring nature one. Okay, so I think I'm good on that one. And so when I do a kit and I have some extra pieces, I put them in a bin. And then when I'm needing some extra stickers, I can pull from that box and see if there's anything that will work. Okay, so these are just some family photos, random from 2018. So, you know I'm doing random. All right, oops. So I pulled out some colors ahead of time that I thought I might like to use. And I've got, this is a title from a kit that I didn't use. I didn't use the title, I used the kit. And so I'm going to put that over here. And then these are just some family photos. This is my brother Greg and my mom. And I don't know where everybody else was. Because we've got, like, I don't know where the rest of the family was. So let's see here. We need something like that. And then something like this. Because I don't know where Marty is. I don't know where Chris is. And that's all right. Okay, so I like that. And then I had some navy to mount my photos. That is not going to work very good. And I had Azure Afternoon as well. That might be a better choice because it matches Samantha's top. Look at that. But you know, I don't think I need to photo mount these. What I am going to do though is add some color. So I have from designer paper, I have this pack of houses. So I'm going to trim that. And I'm going to do 2 3-inch I'm going to do 2 3-inch because I got another one that I want to do. So I've got that one and this one. And I'll set that aside. I might need it. And then I have this bird one which I'm not going to use the birds, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I thought I could put that kind of like that. Maybe not so much showing, more like that. So if I do a 4-inch strip of this, that will work grand. Okay, so let's see where we're at. So I'm gonna put these pictures on this side, and I am going to just do it down the middle. I don't reinvent the wheel, but this is 2018. It's going in a different album. And I had to ask my sister-in-law how old my nephew was in this picture, because I couldn't figure out. But then I looked back and I got a picture of me with my aunt out in Nebraska, and my hair was the same haircut, so I figured it was November. All right, and you know what? I might just add a border of Night of Navy on that. Yes. So let me get out this sheet here, because I don't have a consecutive one. So that was 3.5, and I think I just need, or 3. I'm going to do 3.5, so I can do a small border with those. And oops, that's a little bigger than I wanted. Let me cut off a 1/4 inch. Because I'm winging it. All right. This is fun, just scrapping on the go. So I'm thinking of getting my digital camera out again and start using that to take my pictures, which will force me to get them developed. Because that's the problem. I take them on my phone and then I stay on my phone. And I'm trying to do better about that. But I also think it's easier for me to see them when they are, like, it will force me to delete extra pictures that I don't need, because normally you take a digital photo, you look at them, you keep the ones you want, and you trash the rest. But on my phone, I don't do that. I just take the picture and walk away. And so I have duplicates, I have duds, I have everything on my phone. Not good. All right, so here's my strip, and I don't want it quite like that. Okay, I just want to push it down a little bit. There you go. So if you are looking for something to fill space, don't forget you can use a card front. You can make a tag out of a card. So I know because I'm primarily a card maker, I have loads of cards because we participate in swaps, and I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that, but luckily it's going to work out. I put adhesive on the wrong side. So this is two-tone cardstock, so I wanted it to match. That would have matched my title nicely, but I've got all these blues in here. So this is how I line up my pages. I butt the two 12 by 12s up, and then I set these right, and I can see pretty well that it lines up. And then I move it before it gets down. because I have trouble getting it straight. All right, so there's that. I am going to days well spent. All right, so here we go. I've got my photos. Just arranging them. I don't know what the event was because Greg lives in Florida. Samantha, his daughter, and her husband Matt live in Massachusetts. So I don't know what the event was because I didn't write anything down. And that's a lesson for everybody. I need... All right, let's put this over there, and then we can do something like this. And that way we don't have two of Owen side by side. Something like that. All right, I think I am going to photo mount them. Only because it's a little bit close, but let me see what else I have in my stash here that I can use. I have this is from the baby album. These were my leftovers. So I thought I could use this green thing and this. I can use that for journaling. So I was going to write, where did my pen go? Okay, so I'm going to say, I believe everybody's got flannel shirts, sweatshirts. So I'm going to say it was fall of this is fall of 2028 or 2018. Visit from Greg and Samantha. Good times. Because I don't know what the occasion was, so. All right, let me just cut that up like so. Put that down there, and then I can, let's see here. Let me see. Ooh, if I photo mount with that. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. See, the Night of Navy full strength side was too dark, but this is perfect because it matches my title. It's nice to have strips cut almost the right size in my scrap bin. Okay, and I'll put a little, do I want to leave that little tail there and I can put some dots on it? We'll see. No, I don't think I will. You know, embellishments just make your books bigger and heavier. Back in the old days, my albums are practically bursting at the seams. So, and I'm purposely not lining up my photos because they're not the same size, so I don't want to do let's see here. How much would I have to take off to use that little space? Like that much. That's okay. Let's do it. Yes, that worked out good. And a smidge from this side. All right. And we'll put that one. I'm going to put that one there and this one here. They're offset a little bit. And then this one, chop that down. I know I'm on the wrong side of the paper, but that's all right. I will fix. I love this two-tone cardstock because then you got double the chances of matching people's clothes, or, you know, in this case, the title and the designer paper that I'm using. Wow. Totally not straight. Okay. I might have cut it crooked. That might be the problem. Let me see. It's a little crooked. There. All right. So that side's done. And I have a couple of random stickers, having fun. And I had a bow here. This is like a triple bow. Ooh, I don't want that coming out of somebody's head. Having fun. All right. I'm going to untie this because I wasn't really happy with the triple part. So let me just tie a single linen thread here. There we go. So I'm just going to tie a single bow, and we will attach that right on. Like so. I like it. I like it. Let's see where my glue dots are. All right, so when I have a linen thread bow, I roll it up like a tamale, and then I put the knot and part of the bows on the lengthwise, and that way it helps keep the bow in the right, so that loops don't twist and stuff. So that looks good. And let's see what this side looks like. Okay, let's see if I can get two out of this one. Nope. Let me grab another piece of Night of Navy. Okay. I like the house part on this. It's just random, but I like it. All right, so I'm going to put that there and this one here, and then I'll trim to the bigger one. All right, so then I can put this one here, and I'll trim everything down. Oh, I got the picture on crooked again. It's because I'm looking at it at an angle from, like I don't put my head in the camera, so that's why sometimes they're crooked, and I'm okay with it. Can always fix everything. Okay. And I'll do a little trim on this one. This is my brother Steve and my brother Greg. So that's what I got to do next, is I got to put a little tag on who's who, because who knows, I might forget later on in life. And this are my mom and dad. This is at my mom and dad's house. Okay, and we're gonna trim that and trim this, and then we are done with the trimmer and cutting down everything. Just trying to do that fast because I know that's not fun to watch. Okay, so there we go. And Sam and Owen. I got, this is too long of a photo. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna move this one maybe to there and push these guys over. I got a lot of Owen pictures in here. Maybe I need to keep him on this page. And put Steve over here. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, let's tuck that little bit underneath the corner there. Like that. Okay, that works. And that will give me room to identify who's in the photo. Because I'm going to write it right on here. All right. That is a quick and easy layout. It's really got no frills. This is Owen and Kathy, Mom and Greg. This is Greg and Steve, Dad and Owen. This is Samantha. You know who I am, Kathy and Greg, and this is Matt. All right, so we've got that. Now let's see if I got any little doodads. I'm going to put some gems on this one to help spice it up a little. Where'd my gems go? So I am going to put some here. Oh, I need my take your pick tool. Or I can do a pokey tool at least. All right, so let's get under there. I'm gonna just do like a row of 3. And then like so. And then I'll do a row of 3 down here. It's not a row, it's column, but that's all right. Help use up some of these retired gems. I loved these because they look like they are rounded and they're totally flat. So I love that. They are mail friendly, right? Mailing, postage friendly. Okay, so I have that. And then I was thinking I could go across. I had an in-person class yesterday and my take your pick tool is still in my studio, so that's why I'm going old school with the picker. The take your pick tool is so easy to use. Okay, so I've got 3 going across and 3 down, and then I'm going to do 3 across down here. And that lets me use up 12 of these gems. Yay! Use what you have. Oh, I didn't even see we had bigger ones here. Do I want some big ones? All right, so a visit from Greg's and Sam and Matt. And that's all I have because I don't know what the event was. Let me see if I had any more doodads that were ready to go. Oh, I had this little green stripe I was going to put like underneath one of the photos. Let me grab my trimmer again. Just cutting the sticker out. And then I'm going to cut that in half. Let's see here. Okay. And then I can break up some of this the crumb cake by adding a little bit of color. These stickers, once you get them down, they like to stay down, but of course I got it on crooked. All right, my picture is crooked. That's what we're going with. See, just that little bit added. I need a glue dot right under that corner of the photo. There. And this side, I don't think I need it at all. So where can we put this one? I could put it right there though. Let's see. I'll do it up here. There. See? That adds just enough to call it a day. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were scrapping along with me. And remember, all you have to do to scrapbook is get started. Don't be afraid. Like I said, I normally use kits because I'm afraid to do them on my own. But I have to say, these 2 pages came out pretty nicely, and I did not use the kits. So I'm pretty excited. And yes, I have some plain space here, but you know what? I am totally okay with it. So don't feel like you have to take up every inch of a page. So thank you all so much, and I will see you on Thursday at 7 p.m.